Hey, I'm Brian Bozarth, and I teach the Biblical Themes class at E4, where we walk through the scripture from Genesis to Revelation, the entire counsel of God, and we look for the primary themes that God has deemed important. And what we find is that most themes begin in Genesis, right in the Garden of Eden, and are expounded upon by God's wisdom from Genesis all the way to Revelation. Something else that we also find out about these themes is that they always point to Jesus. Every theme, every picture, every story is about Jesus. It's as A.W. Tozer said, what comes into your mind when you think about God is the most important thing about you. Because what ends up happening is that we move towards our mental image of who God is to us. If we view God as some distant, judgmental God who is impersonal and not involved in our life, who simply exists to judge and condemn us, then we will respond accordingly with fear and anxiety or religion and legalism ourselves. If we view God as some ethereal sky fairy that sprinkles love dust on us and calls us Skittles and puppy's breath, then we too will say, well, we have no theology of God. There's no doctrine of salvation and redemption and sanctification, and we will do what we want, when we want, how we want. But if we view God as a loving, omnipotent King who desires to define himself as Father, then we will come before his throne of grace on our knees saying, Father, take my will, take my life, take my heart, take my goals and my dreams and my visions because I trust you. That's what the biblical themes do. They unveil the character and the nature of the heart of God. And so even though we look at themes like the sacraments, the communion and baptism, or themes like spirit or marriage or spiritual beings or sacrifices and feasts, what we find is that they unveil and they expound upon the incredible, unending nature of God, which is for you. And that's the Biblical Themes class.